KB Associates presents Get Rid of Your Back Problems and Play Better Golf, a serious exercise and conditioning program featuring Dr. K.J. Kegi, Associate Clinical Professor of Orthopedic Surgery at the Yale School of Medicine. Also featuring the smoothest swinger in golf, Sam Snead, and our physical therapist, Pam Kezamakis. If you have a back problem that is giving you a golf problem, this team of experts is here to help. Dr. Kegi will deal with the back problems. Sam Snead will show you some of his swing conditioning tips. And Pam will lead you in a series of special back conditioning exercises that can help your golf.
I'm Dr. Chris Kegi. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, and I've had a lifelong interest in sports. Among those sports is golf, and this tape will be dealing with back problems in the golfer, hopefully the prevention of back injuries and the improvement of the game. A recent study has shown that 1 out of 4 golfers has sustained a serious back injury related to that game. Obviously, there are other injuries such as knee injuries, wrist injuries, shoulder injuries, but the back injuries are by far the most common. The other thing that has been shown, and it's very important to discuss, is the fact that most back injuries are related to poor conditioning and inadequate pre-play warm-up. Now, what are these injuries? These injuries are muscle pulls. These are muscles, and you can pull these, or you can actually tear these muscles. These are back muscles here. These white things are ligaments. You can pull these ligaments, or actually have tears of these ligaments if the force is sudden enough. You can also injure your discs. The discs are these structures in between the bones of your back, this yellowish-brown material that represents a disc. You can just have a minor injury of this, or you can have an actual rupture of the disc where a piece of the disc pops out of place and presses on one of these nerves, causing very severe leg pain, numbness of the foot, weakness of the leg, and problems that very often come to surgery. All of these problems, be it muscle strains, disc injuries, or what have you, are aggravated by poor physical condition and overweight. The other thing that makes them worse is sudden overuse. In other words, if you haven't played golf for 6 months and you come on the golf course and insist on playing 36 holes in one day, the chances are you'll be injured. So let's take one thing at a time. Let's start speaking about conditioning at first. I think the most important conditioning exercises are the simplest ones that you can possibly think of. Walking is probably the most important exercise. Bicycling is another good exercise. All of these exercises should be tailored to your particular age, your particular body build, your particular past experience with athletics. The other aspect that is very important is weight control. You should keep your weight within reasonable limits. Obviously, it's very hard to do, but you should make every effort to stay as thin as possible, to stay as close as possible to life insurance weight tables. On the golf course, I think you should walk whenever possible. If you have to use carts, switch off the driving chores. Let the other person drive for a while. Walk from shot to shot. Walk as much as possible, because if you don't walk, you're just going to atrophy your muscles, you're going to atrophy your ligaments, you're going to atrophy your bones, you're going to have a sore back, you're going to be in pain. So walk whenever possible. This is a very important aspect of the game of golf. So let's talk about warm-up for a bit. I think if you're going to be approaching this game intelligently with the best hope for results, I think you should take at least 30 minutes prior to playing to warm up your body, to warm up your muscles, to bring up, to make them more flexible. You should take a brisk walk. You should move about briskly. You should do some basic stretching exercises, which we hope to show you in this tape by having Sam Snead show his warm-up routine. I think these are important. These are important to prevent injuries. These are important to give you maximum rotation. And now, why don't we all go out to the golf course and see how Sam Snead warms up for the game. Sam, looks like you're doing a little stretching here.
Yeah,
Good to
Doc.
see you.
Thank you.
Nice of you to come down here. Tell us about golf and back and fitness and all that.
You know, speaking about backs, I probably have the worst back on the senior tour.
Hard to believe.
I have to work at it a little bit. Guys don't know, but you have to do a little exercise in the morning when you get up, and especially before you tee off. If you don't hit practice shots, well, you should do a form of some sort of exercise. I think this is the best one with the club behind your back. You put a little pressure on the shaft. Don't break it, though. And you do that, and that helps. That does a whole lot. It loosens your arm, your back, your muscles down your back, both sides. And now you see, even get my legs into action there. And that's another thing. Legs play an important part to golf.
Okay, Sam, one of the things we want to talk about is staying in shape and walking on a golf course. I hear you have some pretty good ideas on that.
Well, walking, your legs play a great part in your golf swing and helps you with power where you hit it further. And I've noticed some films on myself, for instance. I was walking up the fairway after riding carts for so long, looked like I thought I was a drunk. But you see now people, they're trotting, they're walking more. Everywhere I go, I see people walking. So if every chance you have, you should walk. Keep your legs strong. And even a little half knee bends in the morning, or anything you can do to strengthen your legs up, it helps you golf.
We also want to find out about fitness and the importance of staying in shape, the importance of walking. So we'd like you to give us your thoughts on that.
Being physically fit, I think, take Gary Player, for instance. I think probably he's the best physical fitted, so to speak, guy on the tour. And he works out every day. And it shows he's winning golf tournaments. And that goes to show you, if you keep that old body up to par, well, you're going to have a better chance of doing everything better.
How about swimming and golf?
Doc, I think swimming probably is the worst form of exercise you can do for your golf swing, because you're untraining muscles that you have trained going the other way. And you go swimming sometime, if you're a good player, go swimming and go right out to try to play golf and see what happens. Your muscles, then your arms are trained to stay in a groove. Now you train those muscles to go otherwise, then you're going to be out of the groove. Johnny Weissmuller, for instance, he used to say, when I do those aquacades, he said, I'd do one in the morning, one at noon, one in the afternoon. And he said, my swing got shorter and shorter. He said, I couldn't keep it in a 40-acre field. And he had one, his hands didn't get past his hips. So I would lay off of swimming. If you're going to get in the water, don't do a whole lot of stroking. Just relax in the water and tread. That'd be good for your legs, but don't try to swim fast, because now you're untraining muscles you've trained.
You've seen a lot of people riding bikes around. That's one of the current fads, is all kinds of special bicycles that people have for riding in the desert or what have you. What do you think of bicycling as a means of staying in shape?
That is great. It helps you win. I've played fellas when we used to play match play, and you'd get close to them after you'd maybe walked 100 yards, and they're breathing so hard you'd think they just ran a 200-yard dash.
One of the most important things that we're interested in is warm-up. And what we'd like to hear is what you do to warm up before you play.
Well, Doc, if I can't hit a few practice shots, then I do a series of warm-ups on the first tee. I would never go out and hit a ball without first doing some exercises, loosening up exercise, or hitting a few shots. Now, if I can't hit practice shots, then I go right in to my little exercise routine.
Well, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see.
Okay. Now, after you've reached the golf course and you haven't been able to hit any practice shots, for goodness sakes, do a little exercise to loosen up. Don't go out there and just right off the bat try to. That's where you get a bad back. First, I like to start off with this form of exercise, which helps a great deal, where you put the club behind you and then you go through as if you were hitting a shot on the first tee. And after you've done that a few times, then there are a few more. Now, bend over as far as you can to the ground. Now, another good one, if you're a little tight through the hips, is cross your feet and keep your legs sort of flexed, and then bend as far as you can over. Then reverse that to go to the other side. After you've done that, you feel like you've just hit a bucket of balls. Now your swing will work a whole lot easier and more fluid.
Now that you're all warmed up, I'd like to see how that back works. Want to see how you come through that ball or whatever.
Well, Doc, after those exercises, why, then your swing becomes more fluid. Without that, you could be a herky-jerky and this and that and another, but With those exercises, now the muscles can flow. That's what you want.
And
Flow and motion.
That's what we want to see.
Right. Now that you've had your warm-up exercises, you're ready to go. Oh, didn't go in. If you don't have time to do a little practice before you tee off, make sure that you do those exercises. It's very important.
Hard to believe.
Now, Sam and the doctor have agreed to illustrate a couple of things you should not do. Don't punish your back with wood chopper shots that can send shockwaves up your arm. Here's a sample of what can happen when you start out cold. No warm-up, stiff back, rigid legs. Ow, that did not feel good. Once you have your body working smoothly, things will go a lot better. And while we can't give you Sam's swing, we can give you a better back that will give you a better swing. Now here's another tip.
Now, in getting the ball out of the hole, you never go up stiff-legged and get it out in that manner. Always flex your knees in this manner. The older people will go it that way. Now then, the young bucks will go up and they'll go it at this way, where the leg comes up, the knee is flexed, takes all the strain off of your back. You got to protect that back.
Now, one of the common errors in putting practice that causes back pain is staying bent over the ball too long. As if you're standing here for 10 minutes hitting balls in a bent over position, you're going to end up with a sore back. So every so often you should stand up and stretch your back. Turn it to the left, turn it to the right, rest a bit, and then go back to putting. About like that.